How is this angle? Nice, I think it works. Sick. Thursday, 6:20 p.m. I'm gonna try leaving the mic here one more time. After reviewing the footage of the one that I filmed yesterday, I realized that as I'm playing around in the rice bag, the mic is bouncing everywhere and the audio, honestly, I mean, you guys would know. Sometimes it was a little bit lower than it probably should have. So I'm gonna try raising my voice just a little bit. And if this becomes an issue, well, we're back to putting a hat on. But I figured because I just cut my hair, I might as well want to try and at least have maybe a little bit of a different visual appearance. Oh my gosh. Woo! Well, what is something that I could talk about that is somewhat controversial? Well, I don't know if this would be considered controversial, but maybe, and I know this doesn't matter because we all have different opinions, but I've been seeing a lot of videos on Auden Larratt. I mean, one of the most popular arm wrestlers out there currently, just based off being Devin Larratt's son, or being in the member of the family. And I was thinking to myself, what do I actually think of him? Because even with Devin's most recent video, there's a lot of hate. And I have friends who don't like him. I have friends who like him. And to be honest, when I first, and I'm talking about maybe over a year ago, when Auden actually started to take arm wrestling a lot more serious. Not that he wasn't before, but I think it's extremely visible to the audience, for everyone who's been watching him, for everyone who knows him, not including me, because I don't know him, that he's been taking arm wrestling a lot more serious, at least in the last, at least a year. I would say maybe even 2 years. But when I first saw Auden, I don't even remember what his weight was, but he was tall and skinny, like extremely skinny kid. And now, I'm not saying that he's a big kid. I was gonna say, I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm a big dude, but I was gonna say he's my size, and I'm about, I think right now I'm weighing at about 214-ish. 213, 214. So Auden is my size, if not just a little bit bigger, and he's a lot younger. Well, at first, when I first started watching him, like I was getting to, I wasn't a big fan, and the biggest reason is I feel like a lot of people get fame just based off of being lucky or being in someone's family, already have everything given to them or given to them. And I kind of felt that a little bit with him. But after actually watching him and following, obviously, Devin, and just seeing the story behind the family and everyone, I genuinely really like the kid. I know it's kind of pointless for me to even tell you guys this, but I figured it'd be somewhat interesting because he's such a popular figure on the internet, especially after his match recently with James. I think it was a big eye-opener, like Devin said, of how you can watch someone that is so good at the sport defeat someone who is so much stronger, generically speaking, just from like a gym or, yeah, a gym standpoint. I don't watch a lot of his content. I really don't. I do tune in once in a while because, as you guys know, and I know because I was asked this extremely recently, when you watch someone on the internet for such a long time, or for a short period of time, and they have somewhat of a following or a big following, and you either know people who know them, or you have mutual friends, or you just don't know them overall, you kind of want to compare your numbers. You just kind of want to find out if you are stronger than that person in any regard. Not for selfish reasons, but sometimes it's kind of nice to know, or it gives you clarity of like, how strong are you in comparison to someone who's extremely popular, someone who's well known, someone who's been in the sport for a while, and it's just a way to gauge yourself. And so I found myself, especially when this question had come up recently, and I had a lot of people, it's really funny because out of nowhere, I might have had seriously close to 10 people who would ask me to do the Devon pronation lift. And I don't ever train the lift at all. I don't ever train it. And part of me was like, you know what? I have strong grip. I don't really have so much of a strong bicep. Like, why don't I just give it a go? And right before I did the lift, I was kind of scared because I was watching people like Auden, just essentially pretty much everyone in the arm wrestling community was doing the lift. And I remember doing the lift, and after that I'm like, okay. And I didn't do the lift correctly, by the way. I did it with bands. However, I do have a lift coming without the bands, like actually properly. But you do find yourself comparing like any other human would, just out of curiosity. Well, as I'm scrolling on YouTube, of course I see Auden's name come up, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what his numbers are. And so that's, I wouldn't say where the idea originated, but kind of made me think of him a little bit. And of course, after I had preconceived notions about him previous to him fighting James. And like I mentioned in a previous video, I originally had James winning that match. However, as it came closer to the match, that's when I really gave it some thought and I changed my mind. So I was technically wrong, but I was also technically right. After that match, myself, like anyone else, probably gained a shit ton of respect for him. Apparently, there's still a lot of haters, which I get. If you have haters, you're doing well. You can ask anybody that question, and they'll probably tell you. In fact, I even say I kind of would rather have haters than just a bunch of people who say yes all the time. Because if there's one thing that drives me, it's that relentless mentality of just never stopping. And when I see any type of hate, or I see that there's too much of the same crowd in one direction, I gotta stay in my own lane and prove to myself and prove to everyone that I'm just doing my thing. And the only time I respond to haters is if I end up being right after the fact that I was able to prove someone wrong. And until that, I don't acknowledge them at all if I'm wrong or I haven't proven anyone right at that moment. A little rambling on there. But yeah, I thought I would let you guys know what I thought about Auden. And I guess while I'm on it, what do I think about the family overall? I feel like this is such a stupid topic to talk about. I honestly just, I in the arm wrestling community, I think it's such a cool thing to have such a, excuse me, to have, think of it this way. When you look at all other arm wrestlers out there, you don't really see, I don't even know of any other full families that you would see be vlogging on YouTube like Devon does. Devon's always talking with his wife, Jody. You see a lot of footage of Milo, Auden. I don't know if Devon's daughter, I don't know her name, but I don't know if she's in arm wrestling as well. But I just think it's super inspirational to see. I think for the most part, I've always been a big fan of the Devon family. Funny enough, I've actually bet against Devon more times than actually betting with him. Not actually betting, but when match predictions come up, a lot of the time a little bit earlier, I tend to go against him. Even with the Levon matchup, which I think is completely understandable. I did get haters on that one for sure. But I think it's so cool in this sport to see such a great group of people, but it seems like a very great family. Everyone who knows them or knows of them has pretty much only good things to say. It's almost like watching hockey when you see, I'll use hockey just because that's the only other sport that I really know. But it's kind of cool when you look at families such as the Tkachuks. you're always hearing stories about one brother versus the other brother versus the father. And in arm wrestling, I don't know if you could correlate it to be the exact same thing. My forearm's blowing up. Woo! But it's kind of cool to see. If you guys know of any other families that are doing the same thing, seriously, let me know. I think I don't know if I'd call them ambassadors, but they've definitely done a lot. And even though it's Devin's and Jody's children, I mean, they seem like good people. Yeah. I'm not going to sit here and just keep talking and saying only good things about them, because I don't really have anything bad to say about them. But I just think it's extremely interesting. And I am excited. I've never spoken to Auden. I've never spoken to anyone except for Devin. But I do think at Nationals this year, unless if Auden is pulling in amateur class, I have a very good feeling I'll be pulling against him. Like I said, I think we are both around the same weight. 200 and when he went in for James, I think he was sitting around 212 or 210 pounds. And right now, with me eating some massive meals, I'm sitting around 214. So yeah, I might pull him at Nationals. That'd be wild. It'd be definitely kind of cool to see. And it obviously, like I was just saying, it'd be kind of cool to gauge my own strength versus some of these guys who are obviously extremely strong. But Nationals in 3 days, dude. We're Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, Nationals in 3 days. We leave tomorrow, 2 p.m. Essentially gonna wake up, have some coffee, have breakfast, put everything in the car, and then get out of here, dude. It's gonna be wild. Landing tomorrow night. We'll then go weigh in Saturday morning. I am debating if I should stop in on Saturday and maybe do some filming so I can post it for you guys to see. It's pretty much all classes except for the pro seniors who are pulling tomorrow, well, Saturday. So if you guys want to see any footage or happen to be interested, let me know. I don't know if I will stop, but I did realize this year, I saw this literally 2 hours ago. One of my buddies is actually in Gatineau right now. And Nationals is happening at it's a current arena, like a legit arena. So to see something this big go down, I've competed at provincials. I've been to Vegas. I've traveled to Oregon. I've done Washington State. And this Nationals right now will be by far the biggest tournament I have ever been to. I'm hearing numbers from 1,000 to 1,200 arm wrestlers pulling up to this event, not including spectators. So you can only imagine an arena that holds 5,000 people essentially packed, or at least half, like not even more than half. Yeah, I'm so pumped. And it kind of sucks too because I'm going up in weight, which is the complete opposite of something that you'd want to do. So I have family and friends. Well, yeah, I have family coming, no friends. I don't have friends. But I have family coming to watch. And I'm probably just going to get whooped. However, I think the experience is going to be awesome. And it's kind of nice too because even though obviously I want to win at Nationals, luckily I'm going to Europe literally right after. And so technically speaking, Nationals are really just a pit stop on the trip to Europe, which a little bit of a nightmare to plan or to navigate for flights. But yeah, it's more of just the experience. It's gonna be wild. I'm stoked, extremely excited. I'm feeling good right now. I'm getting a little bit of pain in my biceps. As I've been mentioning, I got a little bit of pain in my elbow today in the inner, right in this inner spot. So I'm really hoping that it subsides. I got acupuncture yesterday morning, and now I have like little bruises. It's kind of scaring me because I don't know if you guys get acupuncture and if you've gotten acupuncture, but if you get acupuncture or cupping, and then you work out the same day or 1 or 2 days afterwards, you kind of screw yourself. It seems like your muscles don't fully recover and then you actually do them more damage than not. Ooh, yeah. Woo! Yeah, get a good pump, get some blood flow, and probably chill out for the night. Oh, also, let me know what you guys think about the hair. I had gotten a lot of hate, and I do want to make this clear. I did not get this haircut just for the haters. Because it's extremely hot here already. Well, extremely hot. It's 25 degrees on average now here in Victoria. And then going to Hungary, I'm having trouble sleeping at night just from sweating, from the heat. Yes, I don't have an air conditioner. It's coming. I have lots of windows, but apparently it doesn't do the job. And I'll be the first to say that I have not been treating my hair with respect. I'm one of those guys who tends to play with it, curl it, curl my hair. And it was pretty much ruined. Like if you, from the camera view, from in front, from far, it looks good. But then you come close and it's far from good. So yeah, good from far, but far from good. It was disgusting. So I think the plan now is, yeah, get the hair back and then actually try to treat it properly and grow it back long term. But my hair grows so slowly, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow we leave at 2 p.m. I think I'll get up and then I'll film one of these videos, get it posted early, and then get ready to hit the plane. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you guys ever have any topics or anything you want me to discuss, to go on a rant, it seems like for some reason you guys are enjoying these videos. I've posted, this is going to be the 6th one. Yeah, it's gonna be the 6th one. And I think I've gained 5 subscribers off these videos alone. So I don't know if there's something to it. I'm in a trial and error. YouTube is a trial and error basis. So yeah, I gained 5 subscribers off of 6. This will be my 6th video. I'm doing something right, or you guys are finding something interesting. But if you guys like me ranting or just talking and playing in our rice bag, you guys know what to do. So if you like this type of content, like it, consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. Oh, my hips. I feel like every time I do this, my hips hurt.